Neil used to snore. I don't know if he snores anymore, but I actually can't even think if anybody snores that bad right now.
Worst snorer, I would say Neil. Although I haven't heard him do it in a long time, but when we were touring in a van, Neil was really loud back in the day.
Probably myself. I just am going off of other people telling me this.
Worst snorer would probably be me. I have really bad sinus problems, so it's probably me.
Worst snorer probably is me, I think. I snore when I'm sick, but when I'm not sick, sometimes I'll have night terrors, and those are even worse than snoring. So if you sleep next to me, watch out.
We've been living together for so long and been doing it for so long that it's not even really about being professional. It's just kind of like what you do. It's pretty easy.
Probably be Alex, I'd say. He just wanders off. You know, if we're having business meetings or something, sometimes he'll just disappear from the table. So probably Alex.
Neil, just because he doesn't really care. But that's his whole thing, you know, like he's got like this funny personality in the band and it fits. So he's supposed to be like that.
Say me again.
I might as well, just so that nobody gets pissed off at me. I'm least professional. I'm not, but I am.
I would say used to be Josh.
This would be a tie for me sometimes, just depending on the day, Josh or Neil. They have a hard time. Josh has a hard time eating places. He's a picky eater. And then on the flip side, Neil has a really hard time getting up in the mornings when we have to get up early. So both of those things always are like a problem within the week, usually.
I complain quite a bit. I think Neil complains a bit. Kevin. I think we all have our days for sure.
I can complain a lot, only because I like to sleep, and when people wake me up, everything's a complaint at that point.
I just think he complains because he likes to complain sometimes. And I'm sorry to throw you under the bus, Neil, but I had to.
Best attitude at soundcheck, I would say, would be Kevin. He's always the first one there and always riffing away before we even walk on stage, so it's probably Kevin.
Kevin just seems pumped on soundcheck every day. He actually soundchecked by himself today.
Definitely not Alex. Alex hates to soundcheck. I'm going to go with myself. I'm going to say myself. I love soundchecks. I like playing like songs that we don't know, learning songs, playing covers. I like just being up there. I was actually at soundcheck right now, just playing by myself, and nobody else soundchecked today, so I'm gonna sound good.
He's just a badass musician and likes playing music, so he's always just ready to play.
He'll show up early, make sure his stuff's working, sit there, talk, want to play through new songs, and yeah.
Click on my head and subscribe to Rock Sound's YouTube channel. Do it!